Welcome to the podcast where your next favorite story is already written in the stars.
We're your new book besties, April
and Tay, here to get your book craving started and satisfied.
Why?
Because around here, it's fated.
So grab your current read, maybe a cozy drink, and hide your TBR list because today we're looking at book couples and deciding, are they still together?
Did they get divorced?
How many kids do they have?
Oh, I was excited for this when we decided on it last week. I was like, that'd be kind of interesting to kind of like fictitiously, jump ahead and just, picture what these couples would be doing. So we'll go ahead and start off with one that everybody wants to know because one, they're waiting on another season, folks. But if you've read the books, you kind of know what happens because there's so many legacy series. But we're gonna fake this. We're gonna say book one, this is where it ends, and this is where it goes from here. So all these other books, if you're like, they end up with someone, just chill. This is all made up. Our first couple is Garrett Graham and Hannah Wells from The Deal by Elle Kennedy.
So everybody knows Off Campus. I feel like we don't even really need to explain this book, hockey college romance, if we want to get more specific. So hits all of those tropes, all of those things that you would imagine that would.
Super good book. Love the series. Yeah. Our friend plowed through it recently. I am going to say that they're still together. I'm going to they're end game. They're an old couple sitting on the porch, just enjoying themselves, laughing about his hockey days. He's like, I couldn't do that now. I have a broken hip, honey. She's like, yep, you can. And then she's just, just silly, goofy Hannah, like just fun. I think they're definitely still together based on book relationship too, because I did read the book. I mean, he thought she was hot, hot, hot. He talked about her boobs, all the things. They're still together. That is a man in love. What do you think?
He's down bad. Yeah. I think that they're married, obviously still together, probably have 7 or 10 children, obviously we know, what they go down to have. Okay. We know. I'm just saying, man, there's a lot of steamy scenes in the book and in the show.
That's fair. No one talked about protection, but everybody talked about.
I will say, though, for those who have read further books and big things, big spoilers that kind of happen around their future, I really hate one of the points of contention in one of the later books.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want to be spoiled, skip this part, okay? Because I'm going to spoil this. Give me 20 seconds. Anyways, she finds out she's pregnant, but kind of like it's the way that she tells him, but also assumes he's going to take it really bad. I just don't like it. They have this big fight where it's essentially pretty much another breakup almost. And I just hate that so much. Mm-hmm. And it is really immature. And so I had to kind of take a step back and be like, well, these characters are really young. But at the same time, I really did not like how that went. So I just pretend that moment did not happen in the series. It was super awkward for those who've read those later books, Okay. You guys may come back. You're good now.
You may come back. No more spoilers at this point. But yeah, I could agree. That kind of would kill a book's tone for me. So that's why we're having fun today. We're giving them a future that we enjoy and we can go, yes, that's exactly what happened, folks. Well, some of them not so much. We may not agree always on that, but at least these two, I'll say. Yeah, they had a happy ending. They worked it out. And yes, you're right. They had lots and lots of babies.
Yeah. Is it the most healthy relationship? No, probably not. But
oh my gosh. I just saw who we have next.
Yes. Okay. So we have for our next couple, and we're probably the worst two people to talk about this couple, is Bryce Quinlan and Hunt Athalar from Crescent City by SJM. Okay, so Crescent City
major eye roll.
Yeah, one of Sarah J. Maas's series. It's definitely not her best, in my opinion. Please don't come for me. But it revolves around Bryce, and her whole thing is supposed to be huge female empowerment. When I think of Bryce, that's a character I think of. And she is with a guy who I feel like is not somebody who empowers her. I can't get behind Hunt, and I have a really hard time with that.
Her, and I don't care how much he apologized. I, one, don't trust him. But two, I also don't like his character that much. Genuinely, what makes me mad is she goes off on this adventure, and I won't tell you where, but she goes off onto this adventure. He's getting tortured, okay? She has no idea he's getting tortured, mind you. None, okay? they finally get back together. And like, I'm used to the feels of what's it called? Like in ACOTAR and Throne of Glass, where they reunite, and it is like, that they couldn't breathe without them, that the air ceased to exist, like everything, as soon as that person sees that other person. And you would think for being separated for almost a book and a half, like it was a good chunk, that they would have that moment. Well, when they reunite, he basically is like, well, I've just been tortured this whole time. Have you just been having a good time? Ew. Yuck. Gross.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that response. She didn't know where you were. She didn't know you were getting tortured. And two, it was just like, hey, babe, good to see you. It was just like not a good, that kind of killed the buzz for me for sure.
Yeah. So in my head, they're divorced and she has moved on to someone much better. Yeah.
She has
don't
moved
even
on
care
to
who it is at
Asriel.
this point. Yeah.
She's moved on to Asriel. What to me should have happened because of her star sword and his blade, and they sang to one another, like that should have happened. I don't know why Sarah J. Maas is so hooked on Hunt. I'm sorry, honey.
I know.
Listen to us. Don't listen to us. If you hate me, hate me. I don't like the frat boy backwards cap. That's not the vibe. And I also don't like a liar. And that's the vibe he gives me. Same, like, I get that feeling of all those other characters she's written about where you're just kind of like, meh, I don't know how I feel about you. He's a meh, I don't know how I feel about you.
Yeah.
But also, I do know how I feel about you, and I don't like you. And I think you're divorced. I think you're divorced, and you should be. You stay divorced. You're toxic. I don't like it.
Yeah. Hunt apologists, please come at us. Tell us why we should love him. I need some really
I've seen the Discord online. I've seen it. They've said their piece. I have no piece to give to them. I just don't get it. I had them get it from the start. I don't think I'll ever get it. You can't convince me. You can try. But you can't.
But you can't. Which leads us into our next couple, who I'm sure you're excited about.
Yes. Olive Smith and Adam Carlson from The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I'm so excited for this movie, by the way. I cannot wait. Like,
oh my
gosh. What kills me is I hate that they've built up so much thing for it, though. We've known about this for a year. And then most recently they dropped the trailer and I'm like, oh, the trailer, it's coming out pretty soon. It's like, nope, September. I'm like, you're killing me here. Like, I'm ready to see this movie. But
I know. Lily Reinhart is such a good casting for this movie.
Such a good casting. And let me tell you, the guy is such a good casting because literally this woman right here that wrote this book, Ali loves Adam Driver. She is loud and out there about her love for Adam Driver. Okay. Adam Driver acted in Star Wars. Star Wars, he played alongside Rey. Rey, the actress who played her, my brain is escaping me of what her
Daisy Ridley. Yeah.
Daisy Ridley. Her husband is the guy in the movie. Like, so Allie made moves to get as close as she could to Adam Driver. So
I hope she
props to you, sis, because that was 10 out of 10 on moves there. I hope you could talk to her and be like, hey, you want to FaceTime? Be like, oh my God, I want that for her. I want her to live her best dream and get to see him. But these two together. And let me tell you why. He is such an introverted person, and kind of so is Olive, but in a way that her extroverted side comes out. She gets bold this book. She comes into her own. She's like, you know what? And spoiler, if y'all don't want to listen, this is another thing. Skip ahead for 5 seconds. But she loses her virginity and she is all about exploring new things this book. Olive awakens herself. And I think that is the perfect combo because she's living new experiences, having a good time, totally extroverted, and he's introverted. I think that's a perfect combo because then you kind of bring that out in one another, and then he, is forced to do stuff and, etc. So together. For sure.
I just love their names too. Olive and Adam. That is adorable. I just love the name Olive. I think that's so cute. So yeah, just for their names alone, they're together forever. Probably have like this major science thing going on, super successful. Some kids,
let me tell you, I am looking forward to a couple of the scenes. I'm looking forward to the first kiss. I'm looking forward to the volleyball scene. I'm looking forward to their first night together. I'm looking forward to all of it. It is such an experience. Like, was so favorite, and just that's what got me hooked on Elle.
Good.
And she's one of my I finally got to meet her, and that was the best day ever. I think it was the hardest day ever because I realized I had to limit my book count, and I wanted all of them signed. I'm like, okay, I'll have to choose.
I know. But if you have not read The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, do it before the movie comes out because you're going to want to know. You're going to want to be in on all the little crazy fangirl stuff that's going to be happening. We hope.
Yes. And I heard that they're true to the book. So I'm, as a fan, those 3 scenes are going to be the ones I'm watching for. So they got to be in there. If those 3 scenes are hit, I'm happy.
The next book couple we have is, and I'm probably going to say the name wrong. I didn't open up the pronunciation guide. Probably should have. But we have Oriah and Rain from The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I don't know if it's Oriah or Araya. I'm so sorry. Probably butchering that. And that is by Carissa Broadbent. And this is a romantasy story and kind of almost like a tale of survival. I mean, it's got vampires in it. There's just a lot going on in this book. I don't want to give away too much because it is a really good series. I feel like it's one of her best. I know a lot of people really like her Daughter of No World series. That was much harder for me to get into than this was. So I really enjoyed this read. But I think they're together, but maybe they need some therapy, some couples counseling.
See, I was thinking something has hit a bump, but my bump was that they're in an open relationship now.
Yeah.
And it's, I would say, in the direction of her being bisexual. That's the vibe I got. I'm like, you know what? She seems like the person that's like, you know what? Things have seemed kind of stagnant and stale. Let's introduce someone.
Ooh.
So I think yes, they hit the couples counselor. They're like, let's talk
Spice
it out. Yeah. And then this couples counselor is like, you know what? Y'all are some freaky deaky romantic-y people. And y'all live in this other world. You should do this. But I'm not saying where it's bonded and the 3 of them say, let's get married. I think they just do it every now and then to spice it up. I just think that's the vibe I'm grifting from this.
I like that. Together, but things are a little different.
Yeah. They just, hit a stalemate. So they're like, you know what? We've done it in every position we can, every hole we could,
every situation we could.
Every situation we could. Let's just, hey.
Change it up.
And then, too, I feel like that's so par for a fantasy book, Hey, if Jennifer Armentrout can do it, sure. Why
Anybody
not?
Can.
Why not? Honestly, you know what my brain is thinking of Madam by Sarah Kate.
Oh, yes.
And that one was super good. That one actually, to me, better of a throuple type situation if I can get my mind around it.
One done right.
That one's done right. So I'm like, they're that happy of a couple, not the other ones. But definitely in therapy.
Yeah. Something is happening. They're getting
they kind of were
support.
in a Hunger Games-esque environment.
Kind of. Yeah. They were kind of
in the dome or whatever. So I feel like that's got some trauma too. So they just got to work it out.
Yeah. I like
Let's come to surface.
For sure. And speaking of our next couple, this is Hades and Persephone from A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair, which is a super popular series. I don't even feel like we need to really explain it too much because it's literally a Hades and Persephone retelling. That's what it is. So a lot of us should be familiar with that super popular Greek myth. But I say for this couple, part of me is they're together. I'm going to say they're together and they're happy, but I don't know about the kids thing. I don't think that they're there yet. Things are complex with this couple, for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think so. I think they're constantly not backstabbing one another, but I think that's how they keep things interesting. Is genuine, they betray one another probably constantly and live in this constant state. And then it kind of makes the relationship hot. It's like, I hate you, but then they channel into something else.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of hating happening. Hating is happening all over the place. Yeah.
So I do think they're still together though. They're still holding it out. I feel like because of the amount of time frame that has occurred of just, think of Greek mythology, think of Hades and Persephone, and think about the time spans and the decade that we're in now of how long that love has lasted, of retelling throughout different centuries and retold so many different ways, I'm going to be like, yeah, like I think that relationship could stand the test of time. If it's made it to this many people and through that many ears and like it's just, myth at this point, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to give it that they're together, they're thriving. And once again, this series, I do not know how she did it as far as her POV to his POV, her VO, and like it like go so close together. Now, I mean, you could, I think, theoretically tandem read her books. I did not. I solely read them one book, one book. But she does it so well. And I think that's incredible because there's definitely something I would have missed or it not have been lined up perfectly. And then people would probably call me out on it and then I'd have to disappear forever. So I'd be like, okay, I'm going away now. Goodbye.
No, it's a really great book series, and I think one of the better Hades and Persephone retellings for sure.
I would agree. I say second is probably Neon Gods, but
Katie Robert, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah, so that one's probably my next one to that. Next couple is not strictly romance. This is YA for sure. Definitely YA. Maybe even like young reader could read this book. This is Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. Now say what you want. I know everybody listening, they're like, I don't want to hear about JK. She's canceled, etc. We're not talking about this, okay? We're just talking about the books and the characters, okay? Hermione and Ron specifically, because the book, had them together and ended that way.
Which I feel like is not a spoiler because it's been so long.
Yeah, it's been so long. That's not a spoiler, okay? And two, it says la-di-da, they got married and had kids. We're going to picture that it ends with like the last battle, okay? And then we're going to go from there. Me and this couple is divorced. And not even, like, I think she calls him up on the altar day and she's like, nah, dog.
Like, they don't even get married.
Like, don't even get married. Like, she has cold feet. Because to me, honestly, if I'm going to go honest about Hermione Granger, I do not think she ended up with anybody. I think she's totally the cool aunt that's not married to a single person. She has seen way too many things. She's way too damaged. Like, she just doesn't, she doesn't want all of that. Like, I don't picture her. I picture her as logical. I picture her as this. And I think to me, a family in that kind of environment, she probably is very that's very unlogical. And that doesn't feel very much her personality. But yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on what you think first. And then I'll kind of go in a little more in that.
Okay. I was always the kid who wanted Hermione with Harry. Okay. Like, and this is just young me talking. Yeah. Everybody thought it for the longest time. I feel like I never picked up on any of the clues of Hermione being interested in Ron and vice versa. I always just kind of viewed them as these siblings because of just like the fighting. It didn't feel like romantic tension to me. It felt like sibling tension to me where I was like, what? What do you mean they're together? So in my opinion, they never were together at all. That wasn't even a thing. And I could totally see Hermione being by herself. I could picture that. You could sell me that story. Ron, I don't even know who he would be with. Okay. I don't even know.
He probably found some, girl that's like wants all of that. And she's like, cool. She's like, I'll have all the babies and do all. He's going to have all the kids like his parents. He's going to have the house.
The normal family life.
Yeah. He is totally, that future is set for him.
Yeah.
I don't see that for Hermione. Now, my fan fiction heart, okay, that likes to live in Delulu land or whatever. She ended up with Draco Malfoy. And let me tell you why, folks. Okay. This all started long before fan fiction reading, okay? But it definitely kickstarted it. But in the movies, they had a redemption arc for Draco, and they killed it. They killed it, y'all.
It was so good. Yeah.
Yeah, they killed it because literally J.K. Rowling said, like, no, he's irredeemable. He's not going to do that, which to me did not fit either for the books because his mother was redeemable and he related to his mother. So I was like, if she can be saved, so can he. And he's so young. Yeah. And she's the one who like whispered to like, Harry, is Draco okay? And he said yes. And so then she helped tell basically the Dark Lord that he was dead. So then the Dark Lord's like, oh my God, he's dead. Yay. And then in the movie, they had Draco, a deleted scene. He runs by, and the only way he gets a wand is he throws him his wand so he can fight Voldemort. And he uses Draco's wand to fight off Voldemort. And I was like, Honestly, that makes so much sense. I wish they would have given him that redemption arc because he deserved it too. Because Tom Felton is a sweetheart, and I hate that people hate on his character. And I'm like, he had his chance, okay? But then people turned it into books. They turned it into the fan fiction writing, etc. And I cannot tell you enough. I read Manacled like all the rest of you by Sinlin Yu, and let me tell you, that was a phenomenal read, and I enjoyed it. It wrecked me multiple times, and now we have circulated ourselves back to Alchemized, and Alchemized is one of my favorite books. I actually have the box set on order, courtesy of Miss April, so I thank you for that. But I literally cannot wait to get this just to add to my collection, just because I love the book so much. But also too, like, I'm just a stan of the two of them. I definitely think that makes sense. If she's going to be with a guy, she's not going to be with a guy that wants a bunch of kids. She's going to be one of the guy that's like, Draco does not give kids vibes. It gives like, let's go hang out, listen to books and music vibes. And that, I feel like Hermione could be all about that. She's sitting in the corner reading her little book. He's listening to music. La-di-da. It sounds perfect. I'm pissed no matter what. So I don't want her to be with Ron, okay? They're divorced.
They're not even together. Maybe she got with Draco. Maybe she's cool auntie.
Yeah, cool auntie, alone. Probably that's the more, but then like Draco Delulu land. That's where I like to live. So we're going to stay there. Next book is Direbound by Sable Sorensen. I'm like, that doesn't sound real. And April told me, she's like, well, that makes sense because it's a pen name. I'm like, well, good deal. Same page. But I did enjoy this book. The two couples in this are going to be Marin and Killian. And that's all I'm going to say because there's kind of a different take in the book. So I'll let y'all figure that one out. But I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Okay. But basically, Marin's sister gets like kidnapped. And so she has to get her sister back. The way she gets her sister back is that she has to go. And then also, too, there's certain things about you bonding with your direwolf and finding a direwolf and bonding, whatever. She ends up bonding with the oldest, baddest bee direwolf that ever existed. When she bonds with this girl, this bond is radio silent to her. This direwolf wants nothing to do with her. She's like, oh, we're bonded. I'm not going to talk to you. And so she finds it very frustrating because not only has she bonded with the coolest wolf that everybody's like, oh my gosh, you have that cool direwolf. That's so awesome. She's like, yeah, and she won't even talk to me. I love that part of it. And reason why is you end up finding out there's a good backstory to that of why she doesn't really want to talk to her. I did enjoy really that portion of the book, but there's definitely a spin to the love story. But I am going to say that her and Killian are divorced. My reasoning behind that is it's not just him and her. And there's the second book. I haven't read the second book. Okay. So y'all could chill if y'all know stuff. I don't want to know. But based on book one and kind of the way I thought it was going, I think they're divorced because I think there's someone else in the back burner that may be more important to it, that Killian is not necessarily like her end all. I think maybe like first love, but not like forever love. But y'all can feel free to, no, don't ruin the book for me. Don't do that. Don't tell me what happens in the next one. I'm going to read it for myself. So shh.
I have not read either book. I've not read Direbound, and I think the second book is like Furybound. I have not read either of those books, but I will say I've heard a lot about it. And from what you're saying, if there's somebody else in the background, okay, maybe they're divorced. Maybe they don't really get together. Maybe they're going to throw some like reverse harem stuff at you. I have no idea.
I don't know either, but I definitely think like the way they ended it. So, okay, there's a triangle going on, but you just don't know because I just think that
like a crazy triangle twist. Yeah. I have no idea though. I'm just talking.
Yeah. It's a good one. I definitely think, and I need to, honestly, I'm probably going to have to skim read again, like through it again, just because it was so long between that book and Furybound of when I read it. So I kind of need the refresher. Either that or I'll watch someone's TikTok and they give me a recap.
That's right.
That's usually the way it goes. That way I can jump right into book 2. But I definitely don't think, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think they're still together.
Okay, my next couple, I know you have not read this book yet, but
you told me a little.
I told you a little bit about it. we have Riot and Blakely from The Ritual by Shantel Tessier. I don't know if it's Tessier or Tessier. I'm so sorry. Probably mispronouncing that as well. But this is a series. It's dark, definitely a dark romance. I mean, there are some messed up scenes that happen in this book. Check the trigger warnings. There are a ton of them. So please, please, please practice self-care. But in this book, it's kind of like a college setting, and it's definitely a patriarchal, like, secret society where a man has all the power, and they're gifted these ladies who are just like, I mean, cattle to them, essentially, right? Like, you do anything for your lord. And that's like what your place is. It is a wild ride. Okay, Taylor. Are they healthy relationships? No, ladies, these are not healthy.
We are gonna do, y'all, a dark romance episode, and I'm just gonna have to get over it. I'm gonna read at least, by the time we do an episode, I will have at least read 3. That's my goal, and then that way we can talk about some dark romances.
You're gonna have to read this one because
as the perspective as someone who doesn't normally read that stuff. So, y'all, if you're like me, and not innocent by any means, I've read it all, y'all. I just like, there's just certain things in books where I get the it, and
well,
like men leading society sounds ugh. So I don't know. As soon as I read that, I'm like, maybe not. But some people like that.
They do. And I say in this book, I will say there's definitely a lot of like touch her and die vibes, which you enjoy a lot. So I think that you would like that part of this book. I think they're together. Like I said, not a healthy relationship. I cannot picture children just because I cannot imagine having a child that I know would like one day grow up to be a part of this secret society, but it's pretty normal for them. So maybe they have a kid. I do not know. All I know is that I definitely think they're together. They're in love. It's just different than a normal romance book that we would read, because it's a dark romance. Okay, there is some trauma, there is some major triggers, but I do think they're together.
You told me kind of what had occurred earlier. I will take the stand that they are probably together. Even though I haven't read this, but I will take the stand that they're together. Reason why is because I think freaky follows freaky. And so if they both doing their freaky stuff, and also too, I think this is so important, y'all. Let me teach you. If you haven't learned and you're learning this at an early age, we're going to come close. When you're with your partner, it's important to talk about stuff you like. If you like getting chased in the woods and your partner likes holding hands, we'll just leave it real basic. Yeah. Holding hands, missionary. We're along the same page. They will never get there, and you can never get them there. But talking about it and discussing things that you like, and if that person seems open to it and they try it and they like it, then I think that's good and healthy. But keeping it in or not telling your partner what you want and all those things, that's not healthy. Your partner wants to know what you like. If you like certain things and they're not doing them for you, guess what? You will never go get there. And by there, I mean the big O. The big O, y'all. So when you're, so I think these people talked about what they like doing, freaky deaky, and those 2 freaky deakies line up perfectly. And they're like, hey, that is what I want to do forever. They're like, guess what? That's what I want to do forever. And then they together. So yes, if you like doing kinky stuff with your partner and you want to talk about it, have an open conversation, say pros and cons of what that would look like, and also come up with safe words. I think that's part of it, and trust with your partner. If you don't trust your partner, then, what are you doing? So
for sure. Great TED Talk.
Thank you. T. But I come from life experiences. We've been to these conferences where they talk about these things, but I'm just telling y'all, be open, be honest, talk with your partner. It's not a scary thing. And if you trust your partner, they go like, you might find they like the same thing, or, say, let's have a night to research.
Exactly. Wow. I feel like we can't really top it after that. So
no, that's a good one.
That's a great note to end it on.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'll be here forever.
More life lessons from Tay. Well, all right, besties. That's it for today's episode.
Make sure to follow, download, and share our podcast socials with other book besties. We would love to hear your thoughts on these couples and if they're still together. Please leave a comment on your favorite platform letting us know.
And join us next week where we share what's in our Kindle libraries.
And remember,
we're glad you're here because
it's fated.